It's been so partisan recently and so negative in the political area. We really wanted to do something that would be positive about American stories.
I'm welcoming Jackie Gingrich Cushman here, who's a syndicated columnist and author, and has this new book, Essential American, A Patriot's Resource. But tell me, what's interesting about this book is it puts together all these amazing American documents, speeches, historical things. I never even noticed that this didn't exist before.
I know, can you believe it? I know, it really is great because it's a resource that anyone can have, and they can go either pull one of the documents or speeches and look at it, but also start from the beginning with Patrick Henry and his Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech, and go all the way through to George W. Bush's speech on the floor of the House after 9/11. But our goal was really to put forward a useful book, something that would be useful for people to have in their libraries.
And was there something that you noticed, you went to look for one of these documents and noticed that they weren't in one place and had this idea?
Well, it was really, I mean, the whole goal was to have a place, because I know in my family we tell stories about our family, like family stories to share values. And it's been so partisan recently and so negative in the political area. We really wanted to do something that would be positive about American stories. So the whole idea was, let's pull together our documents and speeches that we've had in our nation, and then let's tell the stories in the background so people can understand our American values. Kind of like, so I think about this as our nation's stories, our nation's values. And so for each one, I did an introduction. Who was involved? What was happening? How was it, how was it received? And is it still, important today? Was there one that you when you started this book and then you started looking into the history and see, is there one thing that surprised you most about the context and the history? I think a couple of things. One is I think I remembered, because I think it's so easy to forget what it was like when our country was founded. But to go back and to read the biographies and to read the histories, 7 of these documents and speeches came from the founding of our country. And when you read about Patrick Henry saying, give me liberty or give me death, he literally meant, give me liberty or give me death. And I think sometimes we hear the words, but we forget that it really was a different time. We were ruled by a monarchy. And so it wasn't just about leaving the monarchy and declaring our independence, but we also then had to decide, how would we operate? So when you look at Abigail Adams' letter, she often asks John.
Her letter to her husband.
Yeah, right. And part of the thing she asks is, how are we going to have this government? How is it going to operate? What's it going to do? And you can see that they were really trying to figure out what is the best way to frame our nation. And then when you look at the Declaration of Independence, which obviously is in here, then you can understand they very thoughtfully not only said we're independent, but they said our Creator gave us rights, gave individual rights, and the individuals are going to loan them to our government. So I think once you read the actual documents and you look at the introductions, it really tells a really compelling story. It really is very moving.
I also liked in here you have this history and the dates and the presidents and Supreme Court justices. I mean, it's just a great resource as opposed to Googling each thing separately.
Right. I mean, you could actually, to your point, you could actually go and Google all 25, but you wouldn't have the introductions, and you also wouldn't have the First Ladies, the Presidents, Supreme Court Justices, and there's a bonus DVD with 1,200 documents as well. So it's really a great value. I mean, I'm a mother of 2 children, and I can't do anything or look at anything that isn't useful, and that's why I'm very excited about this book. It's really very useful.